all set and ready to go here at Etihad Stadium. It's the Bombers and the Eagles. From a West Coast perspective, well, they've got to kick some goals, and by this I mean not just rely on Mark LeCras.
12th and 16th on the AFL ladder. The team that's lost its last 7 against the team that's lost its last 5. Opportunity handball out, gets his own ball. Wobbles it to half forward. Contest, Quinton Lynch takes on Hurley, drops, pokes, and LeCras. Amazingly accurate record he's got. Free kick, and it's LeCras' ball. And LeCras kicks his second. Waters, back to full forward. Guess who? I'm lucky they've got LeCras playing. Essendon 4 goals, LeCras 3. Even. LeCras.
Guess who? Thank goodness for this bloke.
4 goals in the opening term to Mark LeCras.
Went out there treating it like any other game to begin with. Up until about half time I sort of realised that it was going to be a fair day, so tried to clear out the 50 after that.
Embley, okay. Tries to get a target. LeCras again! This is for number 5. And this for the biggest lead the West Coast Eagles have seen. 9 points. Gee, that's a beautiful kick. That is glorious. Pocket LeCras. Well, he leads there, and he kicks them from there.
He's going to banana.
Yes, he is.
Why wouldn't he kick it?
Sensational. He has 6. And now they're away. Marston.
Well, they can run it all the way here.
Prentice could kick the goal. He gets it for a strike. He lines it up from 50. Decides, no, LeCras. He's my man.
What sort of game is this bloke playing, Blake?
Well, he's playing the best game he's ever played because he's never kicked 7 in a game before. He has now.
7 goals in the first half. What an unbelievable individual effort by Mark LeCras.
After half time I think Woosha started me on a wing, so I wasn't really sure what was going on there, but he's pretty quick to get me back up forward, so it worked out all right.
From the ball up, LeCras got a free for too high.
LeCras, he started up on a wing at the beginning of the third term. He's drifted forward. Have a look here. Not much in it, but he makes sure that the umpire sees all of it.
He's got 8, and the West Coast have their biggest lead of the game, 21 points.
Once you get to about 5 or 6 goals, you start to think it's a fair day already. So, but I've had a few games where I've kicked 5 or 6 in the first half and then gone missing in the second half. So I suppose when you start getting a few goals in the second half, I think once I got to about 10, I'd be pretty happy if they blew the siren right about now.
Courtney Dempsey takes the contact, tries to keep his feet. Strike knocked it out. Embley looks up. Where's LeCras? There's LeCras. Not going for the banana. This is for number 9.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Essendon had 9. LeCras has 9.
One of those games where he was kicking it from everywhere, so it's not like he was just in the goal square and we were just feeding it to him. He was kicking everything, kicking around the body, he was kicking snaps, he was kicking, I don't know, set shots from 40, 50 out, and I guess it was a goal kicking clinic.
Taking the game off. LeCras on Fletcher. Jack Rewalt already a 10-goal game this year. This is for number 10 for Mark LeCras, and he hits it like a sweet kiss. 10 goals, 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third.
It's not a fond memory, but I do remember just some of the angles that he was kicking goals from in pockets and things like that, and just thinking he's just not missing. And it was not a pleasant time to be an Essendon football player.
Paddy Ryder tries to get it back to Fletcher. Gave it to LeCras, wrong man. Hands, LeCras, Prentice, shoots it back, LeCras, don't tell me. Yes! There we go. You're watching history unfold. He's got a moment.
And the thing with LeCras is everyone sort of says, oh, you know, he's great around goals. It's because he has a football in his hand all the time. He dribbles balls throughout the change rooms. He's always kicking them around the hotel when we go away. So it becomes second nature to him.
Big hip and shoulder on Marston by Lovett Murray. Lynch got an arm free. Heads wide. Embley shorts it. LeCras, one down, two.
For a dozen.
This Sharon has his DNA all over him. He has 12. Is it touched on the line? Or is it 12? History in the making.
All the shots I had, I was pretty confident I could kick most of them. I think I missed one from about a metre out, so that was yeah, a bit disappointing.
LeCras a go! He's missed! He's missed from the goal line after kicking 5 from impossible angles. He might have to come off, Mark LeCras. He's bleeding from the head. The umpires haven't seen it.
I think Lecky got split open that game as well, and he had the Rambo kind of headband around his head and had the blood pouring down, so it made it look even better.
They were going a bit tall and small. They were trying the tall guys to try and beat him in marking contests, and he was too quick for them. And then they were trying the smaller guys, and he was sort of taking marks on them. So I think Heath Hocking possibly copped the brunt of them. I've been on the end of a big goal-scoring effort myself, so I'm not going to be the one that's potting other opposition players. But I think, unfortunately, on the day, Heath was the receiver.
Heath Hocking's got the job, and it's going to be a tough one.
Like he just sat on one play the whole game. He had a range of players, tall and small defenders sitting on him. But I think Hocking spent most of the time on him, and it was almost embarrassing.
Look, he's got on Fletcher!
Yeah, I did have the chance to play on him. West Coast usually have a pretty big forward line, so I think the 3 talls that they did, how I started on a tall, and I wasn't even second or third choice. I think I might have even been the fourth. We had played 4 or 5 blokes on him that day, but it was just one of those games where it was unstoppable.
Even the great Dustin Fletcher lost him there.
They ended up kicking 12 against us, and he had probably about 6 or 7 opponents that day. And I remember that vividly because when we had a 6 AM boxing session on the Monday, and had to spar a few blokes to try and the coach said to toughen us up.
Huge night for the West Coast, but maybe an even bigger night for the Bombers.
Just a credit and for all the work that he's put in, that he finally got the reward of kicking a big bag. I think it was one of those can't touch him sort of days.
The ball is seriously leaving his boot like a laser at the moment.
He was turning blokes inside out. He was, hitting up on the lead. No one could get in front of him. His balls were falling in his lap, but his skill, took it to the next level. I think another player might have kicked 7 or 8, but he sort of kicked 12 just because of his skill level.
Makes the Essendon blokes look like they're standing still and snaps a great goal.
Just his footy smarts and the ability for him to snap goals and the touch he showed was amazing, and he obviously can score quite heavily at Etihad, and the show he put on there was amazing because we tried, as I said, 4 or 5 people on him, and it was something that I remember someone like Gary Ablett might do.
When a bloke does get near 9, you want him to try and get to 10, then it's sort of let's try and look for him as much. Then he was just always on as well. So it wasn't as if, all right, we're only going to LeCras. Just he provided a lot of times the best option, read the play unfold earlier than a lot of other people.
This Sharon has his DNA all over it. He has 12! Is it touched on the line? Or is it 12? History in the making. The most ever kicks at Etihad Stadium.
I reckon he certainly rung the Herald Sun and said, I'm French, LeCras, just put up a dozen on the back of the page. So that came out the next morning, and there it was, Le Dozen, and he's a 4th generation Australian just with LeCras, so I find that very, very odd, but he must have had some contact there that he rung up and just wanted to put it on national paper.
Is he the hero? Running now towards the 50.